welcome to Eureka Math. This is Module 2, Lesson 15, and our objective today is to solve two-step word problems involving measurement conversions. So we're going to be using all the skills that we've been learning in Lesson 13 and Lesson 14, and we're going to put them into use in some word problems. So let's go to our problem set. Write your name on your paper. And number 1. Liza's cat had 6 kittens. When Liza and her brother weighed all the kittens together, they weighed 4 pounds and 2 ounces. Since all the kittens are about the same size, about how many ounces does each kitten weigh? Okay, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to convert this all to ounces and then divide by the number of kittens. Now there are 6 kittens, right? So first of all, we're going to convert this 4 pounds to ounces. And how do I do that? Well, I've got my 4 pounds, and I'm going to separate it 4 times 1 pound. Okay? And then I'm going to convert that pound into ounces, and we know that there are 16 ounces in a pound. Okay. Now I can just figure out how many ounces there are by multiplying 4 times 16, which is 64, but don't forget those 2 ounces right there. Now I want to add those 2 ounces, and that's going to give me 66 ounces, which is a really nice number. If you'll remember, we have 6 kittens. So now all we have to do is divide 66 ounces by 6 kittens, and we're going to get 11 ounces each, right? So since all the kittens are about the same size, about how many ounces does each kitten weigh? Each kitten weighs about, and I'm saying about because maybe one kitten weighs 12 and one kitten weighs 10, but the average is 11 ounces. Okay, period. Great. That one's cute. I can imagine Liza's kittens running around. Meow, meow, meow. Number 2, a container of oregano is 17 pounds heavier than a container of peppercorns. Their total weight is 253 pounds. The peppercorns will be sold in 1-ounce bags. How many bags of peppercorns can be made? Okay, so I'm going to use a tape diagram here. And this is those 17 pounds that we were talking about. And the total weight is 253. And this is split in half, okay? But because this is 17 more than this, I know that these two are the same amount, okay? I don't know what that amount is, but I know that this amount here represents the oregano, and this amount represents the peppercorn, right? Okay, so if their total weight is 253 pounds, I want to figure out how much peppercorn there is, and then I want to convert that to ounces. So first of all, how am I going to find these two numbers here, which are the same number? First, I'm going to take that 253 and I'm going to subtract that 17 off of there. And I'm just going to cut this off, and that's going to leave me with 263. Then I know that this part right here, from here to here, is 263. And I'm going to cut it in half, so that means I'm going to divide it in 2. Oops, sorry. Is it 236 or 263? 236. I switched it around in my mind. Sorry about that. did it over here too. 236, and I'm going to divide it by 2. So 2 goes into 2 one time. 1 times 2 is 2. Subtract, and then I get 3, right? 2 goes into 3 one time. 1 times 2 is 2. And I've got 16 left over. 2 goes into 16 8 times. 8 times 2 is 16 and 0. So the oregano is 118. And the peppercorn is 118 pounds. And that means that the oregano altogether is, let's see, 5, 3, 135 pounds. And the peppercorn is 118 pounds. Now, if I add 118 to 117, am I going to get 135? I should, right? Yeah. Okay. Excellent. So now I know how many pounds I have of each. But that's only the first part of the problem. What's the second part? The second part is converting that into ounces and then seeing how many bags we'll have. Okay? So I've got 118 pounds of peppercorns, right? And I want to convert that into ounces. So I've got 118 times 1 pound. I'm separating the number from the unit here. That's what I'm doing. Which makes it a little easier for me then to just easily change this from 1 pound to 16 ounces. Right? Then I can solve 118 times 16. 6 times 8 is 48. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 4 is 10, carry the 1. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Drop the 0, 8, 1, 1. And then I've got 8, 8, 8, 1. And my answer then is 1,888 ounces. But that's still not answering the question. How many bags of peppercorns can be made? Well, each bag is 1 ounce. So I can just simply say there will be 1,888 bags of peppercorns. Have you ever seen a peppercorn? They're really little and they're black and they're round, and if you grind them up they can make pepper or other seasonings for things. They're kind of spicy. All right, number 3. Each costume, ooh, it's almost Halloween time. Each costume needs 46 centimeters of red ribbon and 3 times as much yellow ribbon. Okay, so here's my 46. And I need 3 times as much yellow ribbon. So that means I'm going to have 46, 46, 46, right? And these are all my yellows. And this is my red. Okay, so each costume, and this is for each costume, needs 46 centimeters of red ribbon and 3 times that much for the yellow. So let's multiply 46 times 3 and see what we get. Okay, so all of this together is 138 centimeters. And then here we have 46 centimeters. Okay, what is the total length of ribbon needed for 64 costumes? So the total length for each costume is this plus this. So I've got 138 plus 46 is 1 centimeters. That's per costume. But I have 64 costumes. So now I'm going to multiply that by 64. 4 times 4 is, 16. Carry the 1. 4 times 8 is 32, plus 1 is 33. Carry the 3. 4 plus 1 times 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7. then drop the 0. 6 times 4 is 24, carry the 2. 6 times 8 is 48, plus 2 is 50, carry the 5. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 5 is 11. Okay, then I add 6, 7, 7, 1, 1, and put my comma there. Now, this is centimeters. What is the question asking? What is the total length of ribbon needed for 64 costumes? Well, 1,776 centimeters. But then it says express your answer in meters. So I know that 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. And I also know that 1 centimeter equals 1/100th of a meter. And I can also write 1/100th like this, right? So what I'm going to do in order to convert this centimeters to meters, right, I'm going to go through my steps again. 11,776 times 1 centimeter, right, to separate those out. Then I've got 11,776 times, now here's what I said, 1/100th to turn it into meters, which equals, what is that? Multiplying that is 117.76 meters. Okay, there's my answer. Let's write it out. What is the total length of ribbon needed for 64 costumes? We will need 117.76 meters of ribbon for 64 costumes. It's a lot of costumes. It's a lot of ribbon. Okay, number 4. Number 4. When making a batch of orange juice for her basketball team, Jackie used 5 times as much water as concentrate. Okay, so she had concentrate here, and then she used 5 times that much. As for water. Okay, so this is the water. Do you know what concentrate is? We haven't gotten that far in science class yet, but a concentrate is like those lemonade packs or a hot chocolate pack, right? Concentrate. When we get to science, we'll talk about concentrates. Okay. When baking a batch of orange juice for her basketball team, Jackie uses 5 times as much water as concentrate. Okay, so here's 5 waters and 1 concentrate. There were 32 more cups of water than concentrate. Okay, so whatever this number is, it is equal to 32 plus whatever that number is. Okay. How much juice did she make in all? Okay, let's see. What we need to do then is figure out what each of these is, right? Now I know that all together those equal 32. So I'm going to have to divide 32 by what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 32 divided by 5. 5 goes into 3 0 times. 0 times 5 is 0. 32. 5 goes into 36 times. I'm going to have 2 left over. 5 goes into 24 times. Okay, so each one of these should be 6.4 cups. Let's see. So 6.4, 6.4, 6.4, 6.4, 6.4, 6.4. All right, so I figured out how much each of these were. Now, there were 32 more cups of water than concentrate. How much juice did she make in all? So we're going to add up this whole thing. You can add the whole thing, or you can multiply 6.4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's our answer. Cups. How much juice did she make in all? 38.4 cups. She poured the juice into quart containers. Uh-oh, quarts. Shoot, I always forget quarts. How many containers could she fill? So 1 cup equals 2 pints, right? How many? Oh, I always forget. Quarts. Cups into quarts. All right, so pint, cup, 1 pint, maybe not imperial, 1 US pint. Okay, so 2 cups in a pint, and I want to know how many cups in a quart. So 4 cups in a quart. Okay. So she poured the juice into 4, how many containers could she fill? So 4 cups equals 1 quart. Okay, so 1 quart is 4 cups. That means how many containers could she fill? And she had 38.4 cups. And we want to convert that to quarts. So we're going to call that 38.4 times 1 cup. Okay. And I know that 1 cup equals 1/4 of a quart. Right? So 38.4 times 1/4 of a quart. I should be able then to, I'm going to pretend there's a 1 under there, and multiply across 38.4 divided by 4. So I'm going to move that over here. And 4 goes into 38 9 times, which is 36. And then I have 2.4 left over. 4 goes into 2.46 times. So she can fill 9.6 containers. Right? There we go. 9.6 quarts. Yeah, let's just double check our answer key on that one. They got 48 cups here. Okay. So I made a mistake. I made a mistake in part A. I didn't make a mistake in part B, but I made a mistake in part A. So let's go back to part A. Okay. So 32 more. How did we? Cups and water. 32 more. I get it. I see what I did wrong. Okay, let's try again. All right, I'm going to erase this section because I did that wrong. Sorry if you have to erase it too. And I should have made my tape diagram a little differently. So I'm going to go back. We're going to do that section over again. And then we're going to change our answer for part B. Okay? So here we go. There is the water. And then this. Okay, Okay, this is the water and this is the concentrate. And from here to here equals 32 cups. And that was 5 times as much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I know that these 4 together make 32, which would mean 32 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that right? No, 32 divided by 4 is 8. Yep, that means that each of these is 8. And that was 8, and that is 8. So all together, we've got 8 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equals 48 cups all together. So down here, when I said 38.4 cups, I was wrong. I should have put 48 cups. So let's redo all this math. I don't have to erase my process because the process was okay. But, all right. Now I have 48 cups, which is 48 times 1 cup, which is 48 times a quarter of a quart, which would make 48 divided by 4. And 48 divided by 4 is 12, and my answer is 12 quarts. I should have known they'd given us an even number and not given us some decimals. But I apologize for getting you on the wrong track here. I bet some of you saw it and were like, no, Miss Lure, you're doing it wrong, you're doing it wrong. Sometimes I wish you guys could holler at me through the screen. But we have the right answer now, 12 quarts and 48 cups, and then the others should be right. So let's just check all those answers. Yes. Good. Great, great, great. Okay. So I hope that those story problems aren't too hard for you and that you can tackle the homework without any big difficulties. If you need some help, let me know. Have a great day.